Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Good. Well, yeah, I appreciate the shipping lane thing as long as you brought it up, though. I worried that if global warming um, slow down reverses, when those shipping lanes just close up again.
Yeah. So if things got colder, then shipping lanes would close up. And just as a separate thing, I'm not sure how much we discussed there was a talk by Mark Andreessen
Yeah.
with Heritage Foundation where he discussed the Nixon plan to have 1,000 reactors, and they also discussed how there are nuclear reactors in the United States Navy. Every
Right.
aircraft carrier, every submarine,
Right.
most Russian submarines, most Chinese submarines have them. They're small reactors, about 100 megawatts, and they're very dense, and they're easily operated by um, uh, Navy sailors who are just out of high school, right? They're able to run these reactors for months at a time, so they're very safe. Uh, so
What about drones? Would you put a little tiny nuclear reactor in a drone? Is there
um,
such a thing as a little tiny nuclear reactor, like a battery?
For fission, you would, if you're doing like a straight up actually doing fission, there is a critical mass. You may have
Okay.
heard of critical mass that
Right. Yeah.
you can't
Yeah.
get down below a certain size.
Okay.
Although if you can go smaller if you were to like hit it with an accelerator with
Mhm.
particles to boost the reaction, so they can make it smaller that way. Or you can just do isotopes where it's just naturally, plutonium or something like that giving off things. So then that's what they run spaceships with, where they have a plutonium battery that goes off into space, powers the thing for decades because they're taking like 100 watts of this, because you have a kilogram or something of plutonium or something like that. So you can have other isotopes that can be your nuclear battery. Um, and then small reactors, eh, getting below about 10 kilowatts is not particularly practical.
What about
Uh,
what's that? What is that in size and weight?
So there's something called the trusty reactor that NASA made, which you would have something, probably the size of this that you would in be the fuel that you'd push into a reactor. So you would have a little bit of uranium already. You add your extra bit of uranium, and then together you get to critical mass. So then you start a nuclear reaction while the thing is inserted, and then you just remove it. So again, it would not be as powerful. Like I said, it's about 10 kilowatts. They're talking
Right.
about 40 kilowatt things. So it's far less than the megawatts of the bigger
Right.
reactors,
Right.
but it would be designed to run just at criticality in order to generate power.
What's
So these are new
so
designs that they have that would again play to physics.
so if you're talking about though wanting to keep a drone in the air forever,
Yeah.
you want a stationary drone just flying up there for the next 10 years, you
Mhm.
could get that drone up there using some other kind of power, maybe if necessary, if it wasn't enough to get it into the air, but then it would sustain it for the 10 years.
So the molten salt reactors, if I make an advanced form, so I don't go for the easiest, fastest like these ones where I just want to make power and make it cheap,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
If I say I want to have it high performance
Hmm.
and have it very energy dense, then it is possible to make a molten salt reactor that would be, say, the size of a dishwasher, right?
Okay.
That could generate 100 megawatts, right? It'd be ultra dense. It'd be like um, the materials are dense, but the energy density would be really high. So I think I haven't looked at it in a while, but it was like 100 kilowatts per kilogram or something like that. So you can get really high densities if you make an advanced form of these reactors.
Wow.
But by doing that, if you have a power to weight ratio, where you're getting like 4 kilowatts per kilogram or 10 kilowatts per kilogram, you can start engineering amazing things like flying drones, flying planes that are nuclear powered. You could have like that in the Avengers Marvel movies, you have the flying aircraft carrier.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could do that. I did an article describing how you could use molten salt reactors to make a flying helicarrier, aircraft carrier, right? The issue with that is I need like 100 gigawatts. So I'd be putting in loads of power, 100 gigawatts, which is the entire power of the United States in nuclear today, into an aircraft carrier, which a flying aircraft carrier, which is just as vulnerable to being shot down.
Right, yes.
So then you super carry until, glass chin, you hit it, and then it would come down, and hey, I just lost 100 gigawatts. But in an energy abundant world,
right,
where we got terawatts up the wazoo, 100 gigawatts in the air, because I want to fly with my nuclear aircraft carrier. I want to, make a nuclear spaceship that goes off, flying off, because it doesn't have to just fly on Earth. It's got the power, you just keep going and going.
Yeah.
Which is, there's a Japanese anime with a flying nuclear battleship or something like that. So those kind of things are possible because you have nuclear power that is thousands of times as energy dense as chemicals, right? So, and I've, again, written many articles around different configurations around that. And you can go up to 2%, 5% speed of light, all kinds of things, which Kennedy, when they had the Project Orion, where I had small nuclear bombs, and they would drop them through a big hole, and then it would pulse the ship up. So there's a video showing them using C4 to prove that this thing would work. Kennedy said, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have a nuclear battleship and that kind of thing. But it was technically feasible. They could have done it. You could have been landing on Saturn, landing on the moon and Mars, all kinds of different nuclear ships. So if we go down that way, it's not that the technology couldn't do it. It's whether we choose to do it. Yeah, want to do it. But we want to do trillions of dollars for the AI. So that will make us go down this route of developing the clean nuclear so that we have super intelligence and everyone's rich, 100 richer, et cetera. Yeah.
All right. Well, one more way where wealth is going to be coming our way shortly.
Right. And just by wealth, like the energy being 10 times cheaper, we'll also, again, get wealthier.
If you happen to be a big fan of the Cybertruck, you might also be interested in this super fun Cybertruck refrigerator magnet and bottle opener. It is made out of super thick stainless steel, just like the Cybertruck, and it has this giant magnet on the back, so it's going to hold a lot of stuff on your refrigerator. It's an amazing gift, and it comes in that great gift box that you saw before that uses a magnet opener, just almost like an Apple box, like when you get Apple products. You can buy it on Amazon for $29.95, or you can buy it direct from me by sending $25 to paypal.me/Randy Kirk, all in lowercase letters. Please indicate whether you want the stainless steel look, or maybe you'd like to have this very clever camo version. And then if you're not in the US, please add $20 for freight. If you'd like more than one, please check the information below to get pricing, as well as all that information I just told you will be repeated in the information below. So once again, think about joining the channel, getting the up-to-date Tesla news every single day. I think you'll be glad you did.